Good morning, friends. Welcome to another session on innovation. I am Professor Dr. Ashish Soti from the Sotis, the Social and Industrial Innovation Company. So, we are going to discuss today one more innovation tool, that is ideality of a system. This is a tool from the TRIZ, the Theory of Inventive Problem Solving Toolkit. This is very important tool. In fact, most of the quality movement, if we'll try to see, it can be any kind of quality movement. It is basically using this tool directly or indirectly. Most of the places, most of the projects are there to improve the ideality of the system. Ideality, as you understand, is something which should be good. Ideal, something is ideal means it should be good. It should be more better. It is better is the quality. So, what is the meaning of ideality with reference to our system of TRIZ? So, ideality for a system is benefit produced by the system, that is output we want, divided by cost, that is input, plus harmful effect, that is output we do not want. So, to improve the ideality of the system, what we are supposed to do? We can improve the ideality by enhancing the benefit coming out of my system. The ideality will increase, keeping denominator constant, or I can reduce the cost of input. I can reduce the cost of, or you say the harmful effect which is being produced by my product or the service. So to improve the ideality, we have to play with these parameters. We can increase upper denominator or numerator both, but in a way so that the ratio is going to be better. So any of the project, if you'll see, either it is done to improve the output or the profitability or the productivity or the time parameter, and most of the project, if we'll talk about like even lean, then it is reducing the wastage, reducing the waste, using the resources which are available there. So this is all right. So any kind of quality movement improvement method where whatsoever you are implementing, try to see what is the ideality of your system at present. It can be again a manufacturing system, a product, a process, a service system, a service process, an academic process. Try to see what is present ideality of the system and what are the components, that is what are the outputs coming out of the system, what is the cost of input, and what harmful effect my system or my process is producing. If I play with any of this, I can improve the ideality. So try to evaluate your ideality of the system at present and try to see, can I improve ideality of my system? This can be a good exercise to start with understanding the meaning of innovation. Because when we try to improve the system, it is going to be either we will increase the benefit, will reduce the cost, or we will reduce the harmful effect. How we do it? We have to manage the contradictions. We have to see what the contradictions are in the system and how to manage those contradictions. So you have to resolve the contradictions or use idle or easily available resources. Sometimes or most of the times you see that there is a lot of resources available to the outside the system or within the system which we are not using in my design, which we are not using in my process. So can I use can I use some part of the system which is available and we are not using it and use them as resource? Now resource can be anything. It can be energy, it can be any matter, or it can be anything. So try to see whatever is freely available to us, can we use it? So we are facing a lot of issues of electricity, coal consumptions and all generation of electricity because of coal shortage is affected. So here there is an alternative, like we are having wind, we are having solar energy, we are having so many form of energy available to us. Can we use it? So you can pick up any of the problem where you are at present, and what how you can solve it with the help of available resources out nearby, free of cost, or at very economical rate if it is available. Okay, so like you can use the fly ash to make the bricks. So there are many of the things you can use, and already you are using it, uh, knowingly or unknowingly. But if we see this as a problem solving opportunity to use resources which are freely available, that is going to be the innovation that can lead you to a lot of improvement in the ideality of the system. Similarly, try to find out what the contradictions are and try to manage those contradictions. You can use the contradiction tables or the contradictions parameters which has been introduced earlier in the video by as TRIZ contradictions, which are based on patent system. So you can pick up the contradictions from there. Or one more thing, I am going now, you take to the next level of innovation. It has been told that nature is made of 5 elements. The first one is space or ether, or we say in Hindi Akash. Air or quark, we say Vayu. Fire or energy, we say Agni. Water or force, we say Jal. Earth or matter, we say Prithvi. So what is written within the bracket is Hindi name. So my thinking is, maybe it is resonating with yours or not, but try to understand it. The contradictions is basically balancing of all these 5 elements. In my product, in my process, in my services, I need to balance these 5 elements. If I overuse one of the element at the cost of other, then there is going to be imbalance in the nature, and it is going to be, my process is not going to be fruitful for long run. It may be in terms of cost, it may be in terms of environmental impact, or it may be in terms of anything. So ideality of the system can be improved by the better or balanced use of all these 5 elements. Try to see in your system, try to see in your process, what is the form of what space you are using, what air you are using, what is the fire or the energy mode you are using, what is the force or water resource you are using, what is the earth or prithvi you are using, or the matter you are using. Try to see how to manage contradictions among that. Try to see if I can replace one by another, or I can balance, take a more balanced use. That can improve your contradictions management better, and it is going to improve your ideality. And this is going to be the most ideal system, that if I can use these 5 elements of the nature, balance use of these 5 elements of nature, so that nature will be, you see, like nature, you are going to be in the harmony with the nature. Your product or your services should be in the harmony of with the nature. So for that you need to balance these 5 elements. Okay, so yes, it is a challenging task, but this is just a viewpoint to open a new era of innovation. Let us lead the world by innovation. So I request you all to find out ideality of your present system. It may be a product, process, service, education system, your research, or anything, and try to see that how I can improve it. If you can do it anything, if you can at least find out what is the ideality of the system, and then you can project it to what can be, how I can improve it, it can be a great. What you can do, you can convert all the things in terms of monetary terms, because when we use this formula, so you will have to convert it into some of the parameters so that it can be a unitless number. So denominator by numerator should be the same kind of parameter. So maybe you can convert it everything into the monetary value, and then you can see what is the present monetary value of my ideality of my system, or what is the ratio of this, and then if you improve it, it's going to be. So that ratio should improve continuously for the innovation. The better the ratio is, better is your design, better is your product, better is your service. That's all for this concept of ideality. I expect you to implement, learn, and share your outputs. Don't just listen to me, try to implement. If you need help and support in your product, process, or service improvements, do contact. I am not sure whether we can make a world class thing or not, but we can definitely improve it towards the world class product or service. So expecting you to be involved and solving the issues with this tool. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you listening to me. Wish you all the best, and stay tuned for next further help topics on this kind of innovation tools and techniques. Thank you all listening to me.